We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Cleveland Browns. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll run on first down. Dobbins, 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The 29-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a give, right side. Dobbins. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And maybe getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game.
I'm going to break it.
I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is so well taken. What do you have to do? First and foremost,
hold on to it.
Take care of the football. That's all he needed to do.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The linebacker, Darius Leonard, applied the heat.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They go play action. Mayfield. Open man here is Scott, complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
To number 86. A pickup of 18 yards. It's now 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
Set.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Brissett. Complete. It's Johnson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 37-yard line.
Rip left. Check 4.
On 2nd down now, Dobbins. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 6, and it's 3rd down.
On the double. 44 to Mike. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
On 3rd down, Brissett. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. So with a big gainer anyways, he'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down to the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Brissett. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing, Brissett. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll throw again. Brissett going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Number 53, Mike 53. Check.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, Dobbins, and 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Brissett on 3rd and 2. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Sione Taki coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot him.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 9-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Silver.
Here's Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And some room to work. He's at the 50, the 30, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 87 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. So much for just picking up the first down. How about that run all the way on third down into the end zone?
I'd say this was a bonus run because you're right. All you're trying to do is get the first down in that situation. But to top it off with that gigantic sprint and to go all the way, the only thing he's worried about near the end of that run is if someone's going to jump on his back. And I mean Mr. Fatigue. And that's all he was worried about. Well-conditioned, carried it all the way.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Following the interception, Mayfield. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
That score was not a game clincher by any stretch of the imagination. But the other team now has to be careful to not let this game begin to slip away.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
And it's third down.
Buddy up. To Mike. 44 to Mike. Read.
Brissett from the gun on third. Looking downfield for Jones. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point safely through. Our first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from Green Bay. Early lead in that one for the Packers. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Following the penalty, Chubb. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
At the 31-yard line.
Here we go.
On 2nd and 12, Mayfield. And he's going to have the hook up to Scott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, exit. 58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. Watch the slit. Hey, alert 33. 58 to Mike. Hey, let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike.
Mayfield to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku, and it's 3rd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Mayfield down. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked.
A loss of 10 yards. Brings up 4th down.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. Seibert able to knock this one through. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Brissett. Looking downfield for Jones. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Give them 19 there as the drive marches forward. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Check, check. Lucky.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a first and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Set, 180. 50. Watch the run. Real. Watch the run.
Oh, how about this on first and goal? And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point.
You know, in golf, they often talk about playing the course and not worrying about what the other players are doing, what their scores are. That's essentially what we're seeing from this offense. They're just having fun and doing what they feel like doing today.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. On second down, here's a run with Mack. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On the ready. Mike, 44's Mike. Check. There's a party now.
To throw is Brissett. Ebron's got it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now Brissett. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, a 22.
And the Colts first down.
Ready.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 41. They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
I'm coming after you.
Here's Brissett. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Brissett, and he's got his man Hilton. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 25-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Brissett now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Brissett now into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. And we're back now here in Cleveland. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Check tight end, check tight end. Go. Mike, 53. 53, Mike. Touchdown, defense. Check.
Into the air once more. It's Brissett. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
3rd and short yardage, Brissett. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Brissett to throw for it on 4th. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Brissett now 8 of 17 so far, so under 50%, but he's got a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
It's a party now. It's a party now.
Brissett sets to throw it. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On 3rd down, Dobbins, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will get them one closer. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
The Browns drive about to get started. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a one-score game, but touchdowns on their last 2 drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop them? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Well, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Mayfield. He'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. And down he'll go at the 25. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Set, 180. 3, Mike. We own this. We own this. Done.
Mayfield on first down. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. There you go.
And again, it's Mayfield. Open man here is Scott, complete. That one, a first down pickup of 8. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Alert, 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 alert.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. That's going to set them back 5 yards. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
I'm here all day. Regular. Hey, wahoo!
Mayfield with it once more. Got an open man, it's Scott. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, baby! Yeah!
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50! 3 bucks, 3 bucks, 3 bucks.
Mayfield on play action. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40.
Let's go!
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Brissett to throw on first. Complete. It's Johnson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, Brissett. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. From the red zone now, Brissett. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Throwing again, Brissett on 2nd and 10. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. And now the Colts are going to keep the offense on the field as they'll go for 2 here.
Check 26, check 26.
Again, it's Brissett. He completes it to Jones. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And This one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Let go.
Mayfield now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Let's go. Let's go. Smooth. Number 53. Mike 53. King.
Working out of the gun. Mayfield. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Third and long for Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Browns, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.